Where are the male pop stars? No, honestly, either I'm living under a rock and I just don't know them, or us guys are just, we're not trying anymore. Because with the ladies, we got Tate McRae, we got Dua Lipa, we got Sabrina Carpenter, we got Olivia Rodrigo, we got Chappell Roan, we got. It's girly pop summer.
No, but seriously, where are they? Because I'm not seeing any. I'm not. Hello, I am Annoying Black Boy, and in today's video, I wanted to talk about the male pop star drought that we are currently in. But before we get started, I like making commentary videos on pop culture and internet culture, so if that appeals to you, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, let's talk about the male pop star drought that we are currently in. So, as of 2024, it seems like the girlies are really having their year. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is talking about Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, Tyla, and Brat by Charlie XCX. But when it comes to the male pop stars, it's crickets. It's actual crickets. Like, where are they? Because, where are they? And yes, I am completely aware that we have singers such as Troye Sivan, um, Omar Apollo, and also Conan Gray. But some of those names that I've mentioned, they really only are popular within certain demographics. As with Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan, like it's like they're getting like general public appreciation. And you might also be thinking, hey, isn't there Little Nas X? Well, like there was a moment where Little Nas X was, kind of doing the damn thing, like hit after hit after hit. And some people were surprised because a lot of people thought he was going to be like a one hit wonder after Old Town Road. But, he came out with like other stuff and people were vibing with it. But I think with his recent releases, Jay Christ being one of them, he found himself in like a lot of controversy. So I feel like he's kind of slipping out of people's good graces. But I do think the closest thing we do have to a rising male pop star is Benson Boone. But the thing was, the OP TikToker that was in the beginning of this video, he was talking about basically Justin Bieber, like who's like going to be the next Justin Bieber, because he mentioned like choreography, like a whole like the whole performance aspect of it, not just singer songwriter. And Benson Boone, even though he's like streaming talented, he's like more of like the singer songwriter type. So two things actually inspired me to make this video. Number one was that TikTok that was in the beginning of this video, and the other thing was I randomly just thought about like this past week I just randomly thought about Jacob Whitesides and Austin Mahone and how I never hear about them ever. So very, very, very briefly, I'm just going to talk about them for a second. So I'm going to talk about Jacob Whitesides first because between Jacob and Austin, Jacob had like the lesser known career. Like I wouldn't necessarily call him niche, but like I feel like just a lot of people just don't know about him as much. So if I'm being honest, I've never had a personal relationship when it comes to Jacob Whiteside's music. Yes, he's a very, very, very attractive man, but I've never really listened to him like that. But about 7 or 8 years ago, he had this song called "The Letter," and I used to eat that song up. Like I literally replayed it over and over and over again, and I especially watched the visualizer he has on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure this is his most popular song because this is his most viewed video on YouTube, like the letter, like the visualizer. I and still to this day I like love this song, but like I said, like as time went on, like throughout the years, ever since that song released, I kind of like forgot about him because I kind of forgot about that song and I kind of forgot about him, and then he just suddenly appeared in my mind. And the man hasn't released music in like 3 years, and he always gave off this like this home kind of vibe. Like I don't think the music industry was really like his scene. I feel like he's always been such like a home person, so that makes sense. And now quickly, let's just talk about Austin Mahone for a second because this kind of surprises me, but at the same time, it really doesn't. So about 11, 10, 9, 8 years ago, there was a moment when Austin Mahone was eating it up. He had millions and millions and millions of views. Like his most popular song is with Pitbull. It's called Yeah. and his most popular like solo song is called What About Love. I remember that song used to be everywhere. Like that was an inescapable song. Like literally, it's so annoying, but it's so pop boy. It's like, oh my goodness. Like I can appreciate it, but like looking back at it now, it was very like of its time. Like it's not a timeless song at all. Like the chorus is very of its time. And no hate, no tea, no shade to Austin Mahone because he's also a very, very, very pretty person. But like, yeah. And still to this day, he's still releasing music like recently, but nothing is like nothing is like as big as it used to be. And I'm just not hearing him on the radio anymore. I'm not hearing anyone talk about him. And I'm going to talk about why I think he kind of fell off. I don't want to say fell off because that sounds kind of mean, but I feel like I want to say why he kind of lost momentum with his rise. So I remember when he was becoming very popular, a lot of people were comparing him to Justin Bieber at the time. And I feel like this is what really hurt him is because he didn't have his own sense of like musical identity. And he was just basically, in other people's opinions, he was basically a copy of Justin Bieber. And I feel like people are going to lose interest because like we already have Justin Bieber. We don't need like a Justin Bieber 2.0. And that's what's so amazing about the pop girlies of today. It's like Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan, they're so completely different, and they have their own like sense of style and uniqueness and identity. So I feel like that's why people gravitate towards them and other pop girlies that are rising. So in this section of the video, I want to talk about why I personally believe we're in this pop boy drought. Basically, my theories. So for the longest time, men were allowed to get away with not changing their concepts or aesthetics or even their sound when it comes to their discography or their musical eras, so to speak, while women are constantly being told to reinvent themselves or they basically won't have a career anymore. So basically, men were allowed to do the same old thing over and over and over again. And whether people realize it or not, I think people got tired of it because it's uncreative, it's lackluster, it's uninspiring, and people want creativity back, especially within pop music, because pop music is supposed to be so creative and so groundbreaking and just new and exciting. And men weren't doing that with their music. Sorry. Sorry. But I do have to say, I feel like one male artist that's kind of an exception from this is Conan Gray because between his eras and his albums, he is changing his sound and his aesthetics. But I feel like he has such a like dedicated fan base. But I feel like when it comes to the general public, he's still not a household name. Another big theory I have on the decline of male pop stars is actually the rise of K-pop and K-pop male groups, especially BTS. And I honestly do believe that One Direction breaking up, because yes, they broke up. Like we all knew good and damn well that they weren't going to get back together after their hiatus of 2015. I honestly do believe that One Direction breaking up kind of helped um, BTS become more popular because we've all heard of the One Direction to BTS pipeline. It is very real because a lot of people actually went through that, and I kind of low key went through that. So let walk with me here when I explain this, okay? BTS they debuted in 2013, right? One Direction they broke up in 2015, right? And BTS they're a part of the third generation within K-pop, and during this generation it's very important because this is when K-pop was no longer kind of this niche genre of music, but throughout the third generation it was becoming more and more and more popular. And BTS they became literally they literally broke through, especially to the Western market, and in 2017, especially during their Love Yourself trilogy era, like that was an actual moment. And I feel like in 2017 that's when they really gained a lot of fans. And the thing with K-pop is it's so special because it's such an audio and visual experience. Like there's high quality dancing, like choreography. There's top-notch vocals and very impressive rapping. The music videos are out of this world, crazy ass budget, especially if it's from a group from a big four company. It's just it's actually crazy how insane K-pop groups, how all out they go. and and this also doesn't hurt. All the members of K-pop groups are aesthetically pleasing to look at. So yes, I honestly do believe that the rise in K-pop also is causing the decline of Western male pop stars. I honestly do believe that. Another theory I have is we've been kind of living also in this like female empowerment, girl boss kind of era. We have girl boss, we have girl dinner, we have baby girl, we have girly pop. Like a it's a girl world as it should be. So since we're living in such a female empowerment era, what better way to empower women than to stand them and listen to their music? So now I want to talk about predictions I might have when it comes to the future of the male pop star. So the first thing I want to say is if we ever do get like a Justin Bieber 2.0, it's not going to be like the Justin Bieber like the original, but I do think there's going to be some evolution when it comes to like this next Justin Bieber. If we ever actually do end up getting one. This next thing I could be dead ass wrong, but I really don't think boy groups are ever going to really work here in America. I feel like they'll only work if it's like maybe another like British slash Irish boy band. But since we have K-pop, and since K-pop has become so popular now, especially like over the years, I feel like a lot of people are just gonna really just like more and more Western audiences are gonna like shift towards K-pop. I do believe that, and um, I don't want to say unfortunately because it sounds mean, but I do believe that the male pop stars and the male pop singers, there a lot of them are going to release music next year because a lot of the girlies are releasing music this year, which is interesting because I do believe that Olivia Rodrigo is going to release her third studio album sometime next year. But yeah, those were my thoughts and opinions on the drought of the male pop star that we are currently in. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And yeah, just tell me what you think of this video. Tell me what you think about me. How do you think I did? Yeah, I would love to hear all of it, both positive and negative. Also, I hope you take the time to consider following me on my socials, and also feel free to follow and listen to my podcast. And if you enjoy this video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching this video because I had so much fun making it, as I always do with my videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, all I gotta say is peace out. Thank you so much. Peace out. I'll see you in the next video, okay? I'll see you. I'll see you, right? Okay? Yeah, definitely. Bye bye.
Love yourself. Accept yourself.